me see if the mic is working, and then we will proceed, you guys. As I mentioned over on Snapchat, we were going to be deep diving into my mental health. And so we are actually going to do that today, but let me just check my camera. Alright, so audio is good. I'm actually using the headset, you guys, because we're going to do some breathing exercises this morning. Starting off with the pot. I am not sick. I've actually been crying this morning. This is not one of our typical shows. I've been talking about it over on Snapchat. And today is the day that we're going to get started in it, you guys. So I talked about getting into my mental health and maybe do some meditation videos. Kind of just let you guys see what happens whenever I am going through one of my, we're going to call them episodes. And then maybe we'll do some music or whatnot. But right now we are going to, I've had an upsetting morning so far. And I know it's only 7:30, so like how the fuck? But we're going to get into that in just a minute. Well, I guess I could get into it while I'm going to pack this bowl. So this morning I got up, me, Katie, and Greg, and it's week before Christmas, so like we're trying to make some extra money or whatnot. Um, there's a plasma place up the road. Money's been tight. You guys know I haven't worked since March. I run my business, I have my music and stuff like that, but my music, I'm gonna be honest, I made the most this month out of my music, which was right, it broke at right $12 and some change, which is actually quite a bit of money for music in this industry because you get less than half a penny a play, so it's actually quite a large payout. But business has been slow too, even with the flea market and stuff like that. And the worst thing that somebody in my mental state of mind, the worst thing that somebody like me can feel is worthless. I haven't worked since March, and I'm not going to lie whenever I say that it's been kind of putting its toll on the family. And when I say the family, I mean me. And of course, when there's a toll on Mama, there's a toll on the whole house. Um, I told you guys we're going to deep dive into it, so we just come get into it, alright? I know you guys are used to seeing the happy-go-lucky, but I've always told you guys there's a lot that goes on with that. A lot of people that have these online presence, the reasons why we do is because it kind of helps us get through our day, and it also helps us be accountable with our life. If we have people that we have to, or that rely on us, it just kind of helps us be held accountable to be present and not get lost too far into our mental health. We find our peace, our happiness here with our friends online, because what happens is there's a lot of negativity. A lot of people that have a lot of friends online, or like they stay online a lot. Um, it's actually my mom. Hang on a second. Hello? Hello? No? I'm actually doing a live show. The 20th. I'll be at your house on the 20th. Yes, ma'am. I'll be there on the 20th. Are you at work today? Yeah. Yeah, what time do you go in? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. How you feeling? Yeah, I heard. I heard there were some tornadoes and stuff in Pinellas County. Right. All right. Well, that's good, Mama. Yep, I'm gonna bring you a Christmas present. I'm gonna be stopping by to bring you your Christmas present. I love you, Mom. I'll see you on Sunday. I made everything that I'm bringing you. I made myself, so I didn't spend any money on anything. So I love you. I know, and you're gonna see my crazy ass on Sunday. I love you. Uh, yeah, Katie will be down there. Katie's actually coming on Friday. She's riding down with Greg and them. I don't know. You'll have to call her and ask her, Mama. Call me whenever you. All right. What time are you gonna be home? Tomorrow. All right. All right. I love you. Bye. All right. All right. All right. Sorry, guys. That was my mom, obviously. I don't know how much of that you guys heard, but um so anyways, as much as I don't know where we were at, but just like all of us right now, we're all kind of like in a fucky situation financially, it's not like we're isolated to what's going on. But everybody knows I had a mental health breakdown back in February, and I've been home since, and haven't had any income. Been waiting on disability since March, and that's been taking forever. Medical records, they weren't able to get them. I finally had to go collect them. Anyways, finally got all that squared away, but it still looks like it's going to take another 6 months. So, and I made decent money when I worked. I'm not going to say I made a lot of money, but I made enough. I whenever I had a regular job, I made $2,000 to $3,000 a month. I worked 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Like I worked Monday through Friday at my regular job, and then I worked on the weekends doing the oil. So, anyways, and you know what? We're gonna smoke this blunt. Um, and then, of course, the harassment that I was dealing with at my job, and then, I could sue them, and I have the letter to sue them, and I just, ugh, can't even imagine. But anyways, so this morning, to circle back around, so this morning, all of us got up and we went to the blood bank, Greg, myself, and Katie, to give blood. And of course, like it's just another. And I was able to do it the other day, but the guy's giving me a hard time about my last name. Okay, so my last name is hyphenated, and most people know that. I'm still legally married to my ex-husband. We've been separated since God only fucking knows how long. And I had to wait 6 months. I had to wait until I was here for 6 months before I could actually file for a divorce through Georgia. So I'm actually in the process of doing that now, but we've been separated for 8 years. But my ex-husband's fucking a psycho. So anyways, my last name is hyphenated. So whenever I got to Georgia, the lovely people at the DMV, um, they actually put my last name as they didn't put it the way that Florida has it. Florida has my last name with no hyphenated, and it's just Jessica Wilkes Lockhart. Here they put a hyphen in it, and they didn't make it identical to Florida. My social security matches, my ID matches, anyways, all of it matches. But the problem is that I don't actually carry my ex-husband's last name typically with any of my accounts, right? So like when I get mail in the mail, it comes in as my birth given name, which is my legal name, but that is the name that I typically go by. I don't typically go by my ex-husband's last name anymore, even though my last name is hyphenated. Now, the reason why a name is hyphenated is because you can use either or, right? That is the reason why people hyphenate their last names. So anyways, I was having a hard time verifying, so I wasn't able to do it. So it doesn't sound like a bad, oh, it doesn't sound that bad coming back. But see, here's the thing. I haven't had any real income. I could show you guys what Etsy has done over the past couple months. And I mean, the flea market's been good. I have an order pending right now. But business has been slow. Flea market, it was doing great for a while. And then all of a sudden, COVID circling back around and the payment or the business has been slow. I mean, the last 3 months, we've made $236 in sales on Etsy, which is where we make our sales. Um, so it's not like I've had a lot of income. So for somebody like me, like I said, that is used to being the breadwinner, used to being the sole provider, and I mean the sole provider. I worked for 25 years. I was a single mom. My daughter is 21 now. She's going on 22. And the entire, before she was born, since I was 15, I've always worked. I'm actually going to turn this on. And the reason why I'm going to turn this on is because there's some ASMR videos in here. And it might just help me kind of just relax. So, I haven't worked since March. I did this thing through the EEOC. I actually filed a complaint with the EEOC while I was still working at my last job. And if you don't know what EEOC is, that's the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. So my last job, right, there was this girl, and for 10 months, I just took her bullshit. She embarrassed me in meetings. She nitpicked about certain parts of my conditions, like, my gastroparesis and just nitpicking, you know what I'm saying? Just nitpicking the entire fucking time I was there. Like, she would do it in front of people. She did it in front of meetings. We had, like, all these things. Like, I reported her to HR, reported her to my manager. It just made things worse. Anyways, so on 3/2, I filed a complaint with the EEOC. I was let go on 3/12, but I will trauma, and it has just put me over the top with my mental health. So since then, I have been trying to find every avenue possible to make ends meet while we wait on this, like, social security shit. Because y'all know, like, I like to work. And like I do, like I work from the time I wake up until I go to bed. Like Monday through Sunday. And like when I say that, like I don't really, I'm not joking about it. Like, if you watch my online content from the time I get up until I go to bed, I'm either producing stuff, or I'm sharing content, or I'm making content, or I'm just always working. And like when I say always working, I mean always working. Part of my condition, I've always been a workaholic. I always have to stay busy, because staying busy is what keeps my mental health kind of at bay. Because if I stay busy, then I don't have time to really get too involved in it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I've always worked 2 jobs. Like, I went to school having a kid. Like, I've always just stayed busy, because, like, that's what you do. And, like, Greg's been great. He helps and encourages, like, all my artistic shit, my music, and basically, I'm not naive in the situation. Like, I know, he tries to keep me busy with my businesses so that I stay busy. You know what I mean? Because, like, if I don't stay busy, then I get mental. And I think it's important to show you guys this side of me too, because, like, I think sometimes, there's a misconception that everybody's life is just so happy and da 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 da. And even though I talk about my crazy shit all the time, I rarely let you guys actually see me when I'm like this. Like, it's a rare event. It's a rare event. Because I don't want to get on here and I don't want you guys to see, I want to be the encouraging one. But I think part of also being encouraging is also to let you guys know that, um, you know, the reality of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it doesn't look like reality to everybody, and I see people on TikTok all the time talking about, like, where they're at with their mental health and, like, this and that and the other. And it's like, some of it you see and it's, uh, it's, anyways, I don't know. I think it's important to show you guys this aspect of myself too, because, like, but, Greg's great in the aspect that he just wants me to be happy. And, like, when I'm happy, I'm happy. You know what I mean? I'm happy, happy. Like, the aura, like, I can light up a room. It's, it's a happiness that people like to be around. But boy, whenever I'm feeling like this, nobody likes to be around me. This is where I become volatile. This is where I become. So, anyways, go back to the story from this morning, right? I wasn't able to get blood. Like I said, it doesn't sound like a big issue, but like I said, whenever you've gone 10 months and, like, you're trying your best to make any type of income, just to make ends meet, and then it's like, even giving blood, it's like, I can't even fucking do that because my ex-husband, his fucking last name, you know what I'm saying? So, first off, we're going to breathe real quick because I need to settle down for a second. So we're going to do my breathing exercises. I'm going to do them out loud, so if it sounds crazy, it probably is, but breathing often helps calm down. I'm starting to feel too, I'm starting to shake and shit, like, too worked up. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go to 4 right now. We're going to smoke this blunt, and then we're going to do, like, so, while I'm sitting here, I should, I guess, explain some of the things that's going on in my head. So for those that do not know, we talk about the 7 cards in my head. Um, so over the course of a lifetime, and I'm not going to say that they're personalities, but they are. I'm not going to say they're personalities because I don't feel like they're full personalities. What I feel like is that there's 7 sides to me. Um, but in my head, and I feel like all of us have them, it just, maybe we just don't talk about them or whatever, but it's like we have meetings and shit, like, it's a full functional roundhouse of me's. And look, just rock and roll with it here for a second, because, like I said, it might sound crazier than what it really is. So, all of us has like that good, bad in our heads. You know what I'm saying? And like sometimes we don't listen to them, sometimes we do. But, if you're making a decision, you have all these things that go in your head. So, someone that's overstimulated like myself, which I'm overstimulated to everything, sound, touch, everything. I'm overstimulated all the time. I have ADHD. I'm hyperactive. I got OCD. Anything that comes along with CPTSD. Um, got it, boo boo. Like, I can probably make a song out of all the fucking, what are they called? Anagrams? I don't know what the fuck they're called, but anyways, abbreviations. I probably could though. So, anyways, I don't know what we were talking about. Forgetfulness is also a part of it, and like, um, so the thing that's going on in my head right now, right? There's like I consider it like a roundhouse, right? There's 7 cards. So in my 7 cards, it's my deck, and people have heard me talk about it in my music and stuff like that. So in my deck, the 7 of us, like they're all me, and they're all different versions of me. Number one is the most powerful of us all. Number one is the one that makes the final decision. She's the one that often doesn't speak up until the very last minute, and often is the one that puts me, that comes out whenever I'm recording my music. Number 2 card, again, another quiet one. She's a little bit more playful. She's the loving one. She's the one that likes to be cuddled, but on her own time. But she's also the workhorse. Number three. Number three is baby girl. So number three is my um, very, very submissive, playful, doesn't want to do anything but play around, and play video games, and it's the fun loving one. Number 4 is my horny side. Number 4, that card, when she is out, she's horny. And I should also say 2 and 3 are also signs of me being manic. And then I go into a horny side, and then after that is my chill demeanor. It's normally when I sleep a little bit more, and then that is number 5, and 6 kind of is along in the same way, but number 6 is kind of my planner, and number 7, 7 is the bitch that we don't really like to talk about too often, but 7 is my depressed, want to kill motherfuckers side. And I say it laughing, but it's not really a joking matter. But that is kind of the rundown of my cards, and all of them are interchangeable, and they're not. It's not like I'm gonna say they're definitively this and they're definitively that, because, like I said, they're all me, and we're all fluid, and we're all. It's just I organize my chaos. And I've said that before too. So number 1 through 7. I guess people with that problems that have BPD, they're like, I'm gonna organize my motherfucking personalities too. So that's 1 through 7, you guys. So like as I'm having these conversations with you guys, or the 1 person or 2 people, I don't know how many people are here. I haven't shared the live stream, and I probably should. But so 1 through 7, while we're all hanging out here and we're having some conversations in my head, and a lot of people often wonder why like I can kind of multitask. It's because ever since I was young, I've always been able to have a conversation in my head, but also be able to have a conversation with somebody right in front of me, which makes for a great multitasking person, but it does not make for a great person in some other aspects, like because of the fact that I'm often feeling distracted, I guess. Or I often look distracted even if I'm totally engaged, which is just kind of crazy because a lot of people, like in school, right? A lot of teachers would think I would not be paying attention, and then I would recite word for word what they would say back to me because of the fact that that's how I took in information. Like, the teacher would be like, did you hear anything I said? And I'd be like, yeah. And then they're like, well, what did I say? And I'd be like, well, you said the root of this, da, 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 da. And then they would just be like looking at me like, oh, yeah. I look like the most distracted but most engaged person in the class. So But anyways, honestly, I carried that throughout my entire workforce life too. You know, it took a long time for like my last boss up until this last. I'm not going to talk a lot about this last job because I'm still a little. Um, I'm going to say this: work has always been like my safe haven away from everything, right? Like when you have mental health issues or when you have problems at home, an abusive relationship or whatever, or if you're just trying to escape yourself and you're a workaholic, like you're able to escape um, reality because you're a fucking workaholic. Isn't that beautiful, y'all? I've let this blunt go out twice. So like, isn't it beautiful though? That's one of my bath bombs. Honestly, I should probably go get one because that is part of my like. And this is how I calm down, you guys. So like this is part of it. Like this is I smoke a little weed. I watch some bath bombs. I normally go do some bath bombs, do some ASMR videos, listen to some music, um, and honestly, we should probably place the music here in a little bit. But maybe we'll do a show. I don't know. But um, I don't know. Y'all will notice something too. Whenever somebody like me starts to get too deep dive into something that might be too personal, I change the subject real quick. And it might look, I do it very casually, but I'm woman enough, like I said, like I'm knocking on 40's door. Like I'm woman enough to say, look what I'm doing. Like I'm not stupid. So, but, oh, I was going to share that to WordPress. Uh, So I don't know. So like I was saying this morning, I go to go get blood, and they're like, "Oh, address," and then like the thing that irritated me the most is like, people think that people with mental health issues like they're ignorant or they have this, that, and the other, but it's actually on the contrary. Like, and what I mean by that is sometimes because the way that people with mental health issues, not a lot, but like me, I'm talking about me. Uh, since the fact that, like, sometimes I stutter or sometimes, like, I might look like I am ignorant. At the end of the day, my IQ is incredibly high, and like I don't know exactly where it's at, but like it was pretty high quite a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't. I had a 4.0 in college. Like I'm not ignorant by any means. I'm book smart like a motherfucker. Like and I can that has, but a lot of times person to person people think, especially like when you're in a blood bank and people are like, oh, you're here to get blood and you're trying to make money, like they think that you're ignorant or whatever. So anyways, the guy told me the other day, he said, look, you could do this. You could bring in something with both your last names in it, or you can bring your marriage certificate. So like I came in this morning, I had something with both of my last names on it, but it didn't have a date on it. But I had something else that just came in with the date on it. And then that had my last name Wilkes on it. And then I also had a copy of my marriage certificate. And then today it was like, oh, you can't do it. So like, and it doesn't, like I said, it sounds like not that big of a deal, but the problem is like I haven't had any income for the past 10 months. So then I'm looking over at my kid, which Christmas is next week, and we're not immune to it. You know what I mean? And my daughter definitely takes care of herself. Like she definitely bought herself Christmas presents this year. But like in all of the gifts that we've got for people, I've made everything, which I have no issues with that because you guys know I'm a DIY queen and that's the way I prefer it anyways. But it's just the fact that we have this trip this weekend. Greg's definitely been doing all that he can, working 6, 7 days a week, which actually isn't healthy for me either because then I start to feel like, he doesn't, it's a fucky thing, but like it starts to, well, maybe he doesn't want to be with me or like, is he even at work? And like, I know that he's at work, but you know what I'm saying? Like these are things that happen with people that sit at home too long by themselves. You know what I mean? And even though I stay busy, and like I said, you guys, if you're following me on Snapchat, you know how busy I stay. Because, like, I snap from the time I get up until the time I go to bed. Like, I am always working. And, I don't know. Like, I was super proud of being able to bring home $100 the other day to give him to help with the bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we're bills are kind of fucky right now, and it's hard, and like here I am, and like somebody had said something to him yesterday about the smoking pot thing, and it's like, I quit smoking cigarettes. The only vice that I really have now is the weed, and it's not really weed. It's not just like I'm smoking to get high. It's my medicine, and like I'm so tired of fighting with people about that too. And it's like if I was going to the pharmacy and filling up with pills, people wouldn't think twice about it. You know what I mean? They would be like, but since it's weed or whatever, but they don't have any clue. Like, ugh. And like I do want to quit smoking weed just so like everybody can just be like whatever. Because then they wouldn't have anything. But like I said, if I was going to the pharmacy, which it is medicine for me, and it doesn't seem to matter how many times I tell people that, it's like they don't look at it like that. But it is like this morning we have medicine, and even still this morning, my gastroparesis was acting up this morning. I don't know, but I was throwing up this morning. Greg rolled a blunt and came into the bathroom, and I was just sitting there thinking to myself, like, but then when people say stuff to him about the weed or like, the finances or like the way that they are, it's because of the weed. And it's like, not really. It's because I haven't worked, you know, and like sales have been slow, and we've been building a business, and like the business has grown exponentially. Like the business has grown because we dump all of our money back into the business because we're trying to grow the business. The sales has still been slow. Like everybody's feeling the wrath of everything right now. Like we're not immune to it, but it definitely makes me kind of pull it back in and make it about, you know what I mean? I internalize it. You know what I'm saying? Because when people say stuff to them about the weed, I already feel bad about it. And I keep reminding myself, like, well, if I went to the pharmacy, they wouldn't have any issues, like, with me paying $600 a month for medicine. You know what I mean? That's like, but since it's in a smokable form or whatever, this doesn't look like medicine to people, I guess. I don't know. But I guess it would be better if I shoved handfuls of pills in my gut and, like, ruined my stomach even faster than it already is. Like, but I don't think people understand that, like, medications are in pill forms and, like, my stomach don't work. Like, I have drops, and, like, we're going to be eventually going to, because, like, the smoking's not great for my gastroparesis either, but it at least helps with the nausea, it helps with the vomiting, like, it helps with my fucking head problems. It's like an all-in-one stop shop. It's not 15 different pills for one condition, you know what I'm saying? Which is what I'd be on. And it's like, the combination of this, and it's like, but you want to feel like you're contributing to the household. Especially if you're used to being the fucking breadwinner, like you're used to being the one that runs shit. And then it's like, now I'm sitting there looking at a man that I've been with for a year and a half, like, thanks for holding shit up for the past 10 months. And I'm sorry that, like, I'm not able to go get a job. And, like, I really don't know how people really manage. Like, it's been 10 months since I applied for disability, and it's like, how do people manage? Like, if I didn't have Greg, like, how the fuck? I told the lady the other day, I was like, I need to see a doctor. Like, I haven't seen a doctor in 10 months. She's like, yeah, go to the blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I've tried that. And, they want a certain amount of money. And it's like, you always say, well, there's local, you could go do this, you could go do that. But it's not really that. It's just a fucking roundhouse of no's. Like, it's always just no. And like I told her, even my psychiatrist appointments, like, he just had surgery, so he's unavailable, and God knows I don't like change. So like talking to somebody else, I'm like, no, I ain't starting off from ground zero with this shit with anybody. Like, I'll just wait until my fucking therapist is back. And then like I only have 2 more sessions with him. Like, I'm still going through the EAP, the Employee Assistance Program. So like, here's some shit for you, right? Greg works for the job for the place that I used to work for that like I have the issues with, so like they're still paying for my counseling services. Like the job that's got me like to where I don't ever feel like I could ever walk back in and sit in an office closed indoors again is still paying for my counseling services. And like I wish I did have the energy to sue them. Like I have the fucking letter right fucking here. Where's that damn thing? I seen it yesterday. But like right here. EEOC, the determining counsel, a letter will serve as an explanation concerning a determination of the merits of charge of employment discrimination concerning the above referenced respondent. And basically, this is my right to sue letter. Notice of sue rights, Title 5 or whatever it is. 7, I don't know what I don't know alphanumeric bullshit things. Title whatever, the Americans with Disability Act, the Genetic Information Non-Discrimination Act, or the Age Discrimination in Employment Act. This will be the only notice of dismissal and of your right to sue that we will send you. You may file a lawsuit against the respondent under federal law based on the charge in federal or state court. You must sue, or your lawsuit must be filed within 90 days of receipt of this notice. And I think I'm closing in at the end of that January. But like I'm gonna be honest, I called a couple of attorneys and like I'm tired of already explaining it to them. Like every time I get on the phone I just start crying, and it's like I just don't even want to like even go into it. And like the fact that I even let this woman get to me like that. But like I went through some shit. Like I hyperventilated in the bathroom on the fucking floor in front of people. Like, and the worst thing you can do is embarrass me too. And like that's kind of what happened this morning too. Like them people be embarrassed. And like that guy was so rude to me. Like, and Greg called me like as soon as I left because Greg already knew what time it was. He knew that this shit was gonna like just kind of get to me, and it does. Because it's like I just want to help. I want to help him with the bills. I want to help him with like providing. It's like I just this shit's rough, you know what I mean? And we're not isolated, you know what I'm saying? It's not like we're isolated to everybody's going through it, you know what I mean? And it's like you feel like a burden on people after a while. And you just sometimes just don't understand why shit's gotta be so, like, no matter which way you turn. It's always gotta be so much work with so little return. And you're not even really looking for the return on it. You're just trying to make shit like work. Like make ends meet. Like poverty, that shit never bothered me. None. But what bothers me is feeling like I can't fix it or help or contribute it. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you're working 7 days a week and you're actually bringing home a paycheck being in poverty. It doesn't feel so bad. It feels a little bit worse whenever you're sitting at home and you're watching like the struggle and like you're not really sitting because you're like constantly working toward fixing it, but it's like nothing you're doing is ever like actually helping it. So it really starts to fuck with you after a while. And holidays are rough on people to begin with, you know what I mean? And then like a lot of people being stuck at home, not having outside time, not having the money to go do things, like it's affecting everybody. And like I'm not immune to it. You know, everybody that, like I've said before, like if you have an online presence and if you stay online all the time, it's probably because uh you lack a lot of that interpersonal relationships in real life because of past traumas or whatever, or you just tired of dealing with people face to face, so you go online and you find people that you actually get along with and that you can go on and chill with them and actually be friends. You're not going to get anything but positivity back from them because of the fact that these are your people, and people that don't bring you positivity, you're like, fuck you, I can block you, you know what I'm saying? Like, in anything that builds people up, but like person to person, it's just like after a while, it just gets to you. So we're going to do a couple of things this morning after I get done smoking this blunt. So I am going to call it medicating. So after I get done medicating, we're going to do a couple of things. Look at that fucking bath bomb, though, in the meantime. That shit is beautiful. I'm probably going to go live on Facebook, too. Oh, Lord. I am feeling a little bit better. The medicine's kicking in, I'm going to be honest. So, like, this is some 20% weed. 21%. And I'm glad that we have it right now, because, like, if we didn't, like, if we only had we've got some middies that we've been buying. Like, we've done that, too. Like, we went from buying the actual percent that I should be taking, which is above 18%, to good mids, but it's a lower grade. I mean, I would say that, I don't know, it's not very high. Um, but it's half the price, you know what I'm saying? So like we went to that, and that's also been kind of affecting my mental health too. It's like taking somebody's medicine and reducing it in half. And people don't take that into consideration. Like, they're just like, oh, but whenever you are someone who uses, pot for medicinal purposes, whenever you go from like smoking dro to smoking mids, it's like taking somebody's alprazolam or Xanax or whatever and going from 1 milligram to half a milligram, which could detrimentally change their days. Obviously, the same thing could happen if you are using marijuana for medicinal purposes and you go from a higher strand to a lower THC level strand. It could fuck you up a little bit. So having the stronger medicine this morning is definitely helping the feel a little bit better. But and I think, like I said, I've been saying on Snapchat too, I think sometimes, like, and I do want to get into a little bit more personal kind of behind the scenes, and I've been talking about it. We're going to do some meditation videos and stuff like that, and we're going to do the bath bomb before we click on the the Facebook live. We're going to do some breathing exercises, and whoever's here with us, let me see what I have in stock. And we are going to choose a bath bomb that is going to make me feel better. I think we're gonna grab a Magnolia Mend. Mm. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's actually a part of my condition. um, Probably a Blue Chaos. I'm gonna go grab those really quick. I'm going to. I do believe. Trying to decide if I should hook up with the other camera or if I should just rock and roll. I should just put it on that camera. Alright, let me switch over. Perfect. Alright. And then let me switch over headphones. Alright, and let me just do a check real quick. Alright, we're good. Alright. So I'm gonna go grab a bath bomb real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the other camera on. I'm gonna take these off. Grab some bath bombs. Then we're gonna listen to some music. And woosah. And woosah. I hate feeling worthless, you guys. And like one of the things that I do is like whenever I say that out loud, like I definitely repeat back to myself, you're not worthless. Like you have to brainwash yourself. So like that's part of the things that I do. So whereas one of me says like I'm worthless, the other 6 cards, they all stand up and say, no bitch, you're not worthless. You gotta make your own voice louder than everyone else's. And however you gotta do that, do that. And no matter how crazy it makes you look, just don't do it in front of a psychiatrist. Take it home. But like it's hard. It's hard out there for a pimp when you're just trying to get the money for the rent. God, my stomach is like, ugh. We all definitely, like, this morning I was peeking, right? We definitely all convened in the bathroom this morning. Must smoke a blunt. My daughter, Greg, and myself. And, like, it just feels shitty that they're, like, out working as usual and I'm at home. Like, yeah, they're giving blood, but, like, they're still providing. And, like, I'm here doing this. And Greg is like, always tells me, but that is doing stuff for us. And it's like, but is it? Like, I don't know. But for him, it's like whatever it takes to get me, like, me being mentally and physically, like, emotionally healthy. It's doing enough for them, I guess. I don't know. These are things he tells me. So some music that triggers some happy things for me. So some people don't actually know. So a lot of people don't realize that my music is actually intended for me to help with my So like some of my beats, right, that I've made, like I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to beat making. Like my mom used to call me Bam Bam growing up, but like I don't read music, I don't do any of that shit, right? So when I make music, it's just shit that sounds good to me, okay? So like it's not for anybody else really, it's just really for me. So like I have a few beats. One of them actually does really, really good on Apple Music, and I think it's Groove Submission or Vibing, but so this is actually the song that they hit my receptors pretty good, and they get me feeling in a good mood. So I'm gonna play this while I go grab those bath bombs. Actually, I'm gonna play Groove Submission. This is a great one for today. And then I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab those. The gang's killing each other. It's bro. Alright. Alright, are you guys ready? Oh, I am. Like, now I'm getting excited. I'm gonna be honest, because, like, I'm excited. I might move that camera down. So, I'm gonna move the keyboard out the way. And then this may go crazy. I have it pretty protected though, so like we should be pretty good. Let's see. Oh yeah. And then I'm probably going to hide this camera, bring this camera up, make it bigger. Big bitches. Let's see what I can do with this her so y'all can get a nice view of what's about to go down. What's about to go down? It's about to go down. Down for real. I think I really want y'all to see this. Let's see. Y'all just bear with me for a second. Oh, y'all can see it. Okay, y'all got nothing but boobs and alright, but y'all can see it though, right? I guess I could get a different chair. I got like 2 pairs of pants on, y'all. Like, still looking fluffy. Oh, my looking fluffy though. I'm gonna be honest. Alright, let's get this live feed going. Boy, Alright. Oh, yeah. So this is the Oracle Orange. We are live over to YouTube too. We just went live over at smell-o-vision, 'cause it smells good. This is the Oracle Orange. It smells so good. Top of the morning to you, Chris. How are you this morning? I'm gonna be honest, I was feeling kind of crunchy this morning, but we did a mental health video over at YouTube this morning. Oy, ay, ay. So, like, part of me getting my mood back in check is actually bath bombs. So, like, I've told people that I'm going to start deep diving into my mental health. So that is what we're doing. That is my daughter. Hang on 1 second, y'all. Hey.
Hey, do you want...
Huh? Are you done? Alright, yeah. Let me finish up my live show and I'll leave. Alright, I love you. Bye. Hello? Yeah. Have Greg do it, yeah. And then I'll be up there in a few. I'm gonna finish live because I'm on live on my phone too. Alright, I love you. Bye. Alright, we're back live. I'm sure that was not a cute look. So this is one of my Oracle Orange. This is my Oracle Orange bath bomb. And so I was having like a little bit of a wah-wah session this morning. So like I've been deep diving into my mental health. So part of my getting myself back into check is of course you guys. And some bath bomb time. This bitch is still just a fuzzy, y'all. Look at that hoe. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So that is what we're doing this morning. Sorry I had to click off for a second, but I am going to be back live here in a little bit. So I wanted to let everybody know that whenever I get back, it'll probably be around 10 o'clock. We will be doing a live show. So get your music ready. Look at that. It's so pretty. This is the Oracle Orange. But Greg and them are ready for me to come pick them up. So I appreciate everybody on YouTube that's been with me this morning. That's kind of helped me get myself in check. Ooh, look at that foam, y'all. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It smells so good. And it's still just going. Because, like, that was such a little amount of water. Oh, yeah. It smells so good. And this is how I recommend always using my bath bombs. Whenever you're in the tub and stuff like that, always put them in a bowl. But we will be back live here pretty soon. So if you are wanting to share your music with me, I definitely suggest you can either post it right below this video or be present to play. Here in a little bit, I'm going to go pick up Greg and Katie. They are done at the blood center. So I'm going to go pick them up. Ooh, and I'm going to set up the coupon over at Etsy. So if you are wanting to purchase products, you will have up until the 20th to order. I think it's the 20th to order. Order to be able to receive by Christmas. That Oracle Orange just makes you, you can't not smell it and not feel good, you know what I'm saying? The Oracle Orange has got, so it's the orange cream recipe, but this one's actually got bergamot in it, and it's got ling ling in it. Let me put this camera back up here. Okay. So it's got like a couple of different things in it. So it is the orange cream recipe, but it's got bergamot, and I put ling ling in it, and a little bit of more of tangerine than the original orange cream recipe. So it just smells good. So that is the Oracle Orange. That will be a new added scent to the collection of scents that I like to keep around. So we will be back on live, like I said, around 10 o'clock, you guys. So if you're wanting to share music, you can either email it over at mommarapper@gmail.com or be back with us live. Make sure you turn your notifications on. That's how you'll know when I go live, because you guys know I can't keep a schedule for shit. So that's how you actually submit your music, or post it underneath this video, or like I said, be back with us when we go live. Should be around 10 o'clock. Ruga, Chris, and Ligma 80, because it was actually Chris that joined us. Good morning, Marley, this morning. So we are going to make sure that we run up Modern Day Slave whenever we get back. But I do have to go pick up the kids, and until next time, bye, bitches. Ooh, look at me. Look at me. The camera up there looks crazy. All right, let me go get these kids. Mwah.